Have you ever wondered how to add custom actions to GPTs so you can do a little bit more than just talk back and forth with them? Well, my name's Rory, and in this video we're going to go over a couple ways you can add some custom actions to your GPTs to give them a little bit more functionality. In this video we're going to be creating a custom GPT assistant that could be used by recruitment agencies to help them find leads and connect with them on LinkedIn. So to start off, we're going to be in ChatGPT. To make our custom GPT, we're going to go to Explore GPTs and then Create. And now something to add is that you need the ChatGPT Plus subscription. So if you're following along with the video, then make sure you have that. I'm going to go over to here. We're going to name the GPT. We're just going to call it Dance Recruiting Outreach Assistant. And then we've got to add a description. Now the description doesn't really affect how the GPT works. It's just purely for us. So I'm just going to add in a short little description. Okay, so now we've got description, and you can see in the instructions I've put a little bit. I've done the role, which is just simply use the tools provided to help Dan's recruitment agency find leads and connect with them on LinkedIn. And then just a bit of context on Dan's recruitment agency, sort of who they are, what their business does, so that sort of thing. So we're going to close that. And then that's all we're going to be doing on ChatGPT for the minute. So now we're going to head over to Relevance AI. And if you've never used Relevance AI before, what it is just a platform that allows you to build and deploy AI agents and create custom tools. So start off, we're going to go over to tools. And there's 4 tools that we want to be using for this video. So first one, first one is going to be industry research, and to be able to actually use this tool and modify it, we're going to have to click on modify. And it's going to ask if we want to clone this tool. We're going to click yes, continue. Okay, so now we're inside the tool. You can see we've got a knowledge section, which where you can upload a knowledge base to the tool. In this case, we don't need to do that. And then you've got the user inputs, which is just what's going to be inputted by you, the user, so that you're able to use the tool. And you can see for each input, it's labeled as a variable. For this one, industry name, labeled as industry, product context. You can see, I'm going to go into a bit more detail later on how these tools actually work, but for now, make sure to just hit save, come out of it, and you can see we've got that tool saved. So let's get the other 3. Okay, so we've got all 4 of our tools here. As you can see, we've got personalized LinkedIn requests with LinkedIn posts or LinkedIn profile, research a company and find leads, and company research with a website. So we're going to go into industry research and have a look at how it looks. So we've got the knowledge base. We don't really need that in our case. And then we've got these inputs. On most of these tools, there's going to be a section called context about my product and service. We're going to get rid of that just because we don't want to be inputting our context about our product and our business every single time we come to use the tool. And then what you can see is that that's going to cause a problem on our LLM step just because it hasn't got the product context to use anymore. So that's absolutely fine. All we're going to do is just get rid of that and then paste in our context about our business. Okay, so we're just going to run the tool just to make sure it all works. For the industry, we're going to go digital. Purely an example. And you can see, yeah, we've got a nice summary here of all the recent trends of digital marketing. Perfect. So we're going to save that, come out, and then we've got company research with a website. So let's go into that one. See, we've got the knowledge again, the user inputs. Again, we need to get rid of this context about my product and service. We don't need that. It's going to cause a problem here. No worries. We just paste in our context. Perfect. And then we're going to test out for this. I'm going to use Exposure Ninja, which is just a digital marketing company. Let's see how it works. Okay, perfect. So you can see it's extracted some information from this website, who they are, what they do, and it's identified the industry they're in. Perfect. Let's come out. Okay, now we're going to look at research a company and find leads. Okay, so for this one, we haven't got a context as an input, so we don't need to worry about getting rid of that. So we can put in a company name, let's say Exposure Ninja again, just as an example. Role to find, we want to find the head of marketing. I'm going to say we want to find the head of marketing. Let's see what it does. Okay, there you go. We can see it's found the name of the head of marketing, Tim Cameron Kitchen. It's found his LinkedIn, that's his company website, and then another summary of the company. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want it to do. So again, we're going to save it, come out. Let's have a look at the last tool. Personalized LinkedIn requests with LinkedIn posts or LinkedIn profile. Okay, now this one's the biggest one out of the four, so there's a lot more to it. Okay, so let's get rid of the context again. Boom. You can see that's created some problems here, which is fine. Okay, so we simply just need to paste in our context again. Paste in our context. Okay, and we're going to run the tool just with the inputs that it's already got in. And there might be something that goes wrong with this, and if there is, there's a quick and easy fix to it, so don't worry. Okay, so look, you can see it's created a personalized outreach message for them. Hey Benedict, I noticed your recent reshare about the transformative power of AI. Perfect. So the thing that I thought might go wrong didn't go wrong in this case, but if it did, it'll sometimes give you an error output at the end, and that's only because if you come up here, this part here, get a LinkedIn profile / company and post, you need to set that to remove conditions. So now it's mandatory instead of optional. That can sometimes cause a tool to not work, because what happens is that the tool will scrape the LinkedIn profile for their posts and their general information. And then this last step is just JavaScript that's going to evaluate whether to create the personalized connection message based on their profile information or their posts. And sometimes if that step before is optional, sometimes it just doesn't work. So I hope that makes sense. We're going to hit save on that and then come back out. So that's our 4 tools there. We didn't really have to do a lot of modification to them. If you do want a more in-depth tutorial on how these tools work, then just let me know and I'll make a video on it. So now to add them to the custom GPT, what we're going to do is going to click on new, go to custom actions for GPTs. It's going to give you a little description of how it works. We're just going to select the tools that we want. In this case, these 4. And then going to generate our API key. Should look something like that. We're going to copy that, come back over to ChatGPT where we're making our custom GPT, create new action. Going to go to authentication here, click the settings, API key, and then just paste in the API key and hit save. Simple as that. Then we're going to come back over to Relevance AI because we need the schema. So we're going to generate an OpenAI schema. We'll generate all that for you, copy that, and then just paste that in there. Perfect. So now you can see we've got all our tools here. It should look like that. We can come back over to our instructions tab here, open that. So as you can see, I've just put in all 4 of the tools with the name of them, what they are, what they do, just so that ChatGPT knows what tools they're using and how to use them. So something important to note here is that you have to make sure that the names of the tools are exactly as they are when you upload them to ChatGPT. So exactly as they are here, you can just cut and paste it to make sure that you've got it right. It's just so that ChatGPT knows exactly what the tool name is, otherwise it won't pick it up and it won't be able to use it. So as you can see, I've just added a little picture to it and some conversation starters, but there is one more thing we need to do before we can actually start using this GPT, and that is creating a privacy policy. It's just something we have to do when creating custom GPTs, but it's very simple to make, so don't worry. All we're going to do is just come over to ChatGPT here and say, write me a privacy policy for this custom GPT. Then we're just going to paste in the instructions from our custom GPT. Yeah, so as you can see, very simple. It's just made a privacy policy for us. Perfect. We're going to copy that. And then we're going to come over to design a GPT. You can find this by just going to explore GPTs and typing up the name. Very simple. We're going to say to it, create me a web page to host this privacy policy. Ooh. And then we're just going to paste in the whole privacy policy there. And what this is going to do is just make a very simple web page so that we can host the privacy policy on it. Or do we like images? No thanks. So what it's going to do is just spit out a bunch of code like that. Ask us if we want to export it to Replit. No. So now I realise now that I probably should have just said yes to that, because it's just spit out more code at me. And it's asked if I wanted it hosted somewhere. I've just said yes, host it, and now it's going to start hosting it. So just say yeah when it asks you if you want to use Replit. Okay, perfect. So it's just sent me the link to it. Let's have a look. Perfect, that's all we need. Super simple. Copy the link to that. Okay, so now we're back in the custom GPT, and to add the privacy policy link, we just go to here to tools, privacy policy, and put it in like that. So now we're ready to test it. So we click create, anyone with the link, save, and then view GPT. So we can say to it, research the digital marketing industry. Okay, so it's asking us to confirm or deny the use of the tool, which is good because it means the GPT is actually recognizing that it needs to use a tool for this action. So you can see it's talked to Relevance AI, it's used our tool, and it's researched the industry. Perfect. And then we can say to it, research this company, and we're just going to use Exposure Ninja again. Okay, so good, it's asking me to confirm or deny the use of the tool, which means again, it knows it's meant to be using the tool. Then here, as you can see, it's giving us an overview, some specialization, achievements, industry, and then opportunities for us as a recruitment agency. Perfect. I'm going to say to it, find me the director. Okay, here we go. It's found the LinkedIn profile of the director of Exposure Ninja, which is Victoria Lane. Let's see if it's right. Okay, there you can see it's picked up Victoria Lane as the director, and it's found their LinkedIn profile. Perfect. So I can say, make me a connection request with her. Okay, so that probably took about 30-45 seconds, and you can see it's made a personalized outreach message. It's talked about their post on the importance of work-life balance. That's perfect. So this GPT can now research an industry, analyze companies in that industry, find leads from those companies, and create personalized connection messages on LinkedIn. So if you found this video interesting or helpful, I'd really appreciate if you subscribe to follow along the journey. And if you're a business owner looking to incorporate AI into your business somehow, then just drop me an email or have a look at the website, and I'd love to work with you. And also, if you do have any suggestions for future videos or anything you'd like to see, please do just drop them in the comments. It really helps.